How's it going, friends? SirTech20 here. This video is going to kind of be like a picture video since I'm recording this with OBS. I already have a folder up, but I've also already got a picture up, as you can see right down here at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to show you this one because it's a picture that shows everything, including the power supply. And then I'm going to show you consecutive images showing like the parts up close and just, okay, why did I get them for this audio build for this friend of mine? Um, it was kind of tough because I know that Intel could have provided some different benefits, but at the same time, being cost effective isn't always easy when you're going Intel. So I'm pretty sure that what I've got here for him is going to be more than just it's going to blow him away, I guarantee it. What he's coming from to what he's going to be getting in this, with all the stuff I have to do to it after I actually get it put together, because it's still not put together yet. But the exact same case I have, which is a Corsair Carbide Air 540, I believe. Um, I'll show you pictures on why I felt like this was a good case for this. And he wanted some, or like a DVD CD burner combo. And I went on Newegg, looked that up, and then clicked on best rating. Like, okay, just, how much is this? And they had like 5,000, like, just reviews, and it was 5-starred out. And I was like, okay, sure, for 19 bucks, fuck yeah, let's go with it. And the CPU right there, it's an FX 6300, so I believe it's 6 core at 3.5 gigahertz. It's pretty beast. Um, right there, there's 8 gigabytes of Mushkin enhanced. I think it's a Blackline set of RAM. DDR3 1600. That shit's still not cheap, man. I mean, granted, I know DDR4 is just coming into the picture, so it's not going to be cheap in at all anyway. But DDR3 is still a little bit expensive. The Mushkin Chronos 120 gigabyte SSDs. There's two of them right there because I'm going to RAID 0 them. I know it's kind of risky, but uh, I could have them rated, then have them backed up, to the 2 terabyte hard drive. It's right here, the Western Digital Black, because this one right here is for storage. I mean, obviously the two 120s that are going to be rated are for Windows and his programs. And if he needs anything like for other storage aside from the main stuff, it's going on the 2 terabytes. So he could easily back up the stuff that's going to be on these two. Because I don't see him filling up two 120s right away at all. I could see maybe 25, oh no, maybe 10 or 15 gigabytes of programs max for what he does on here. And that wouldn't be too much at all to just back it up on there weekly, bi-weekly, or whatever. And then underneath this 2 terabyte hard drive here is an NZXT 700 watt power supply. I was gonna get a Rosewill 550, and it was like 110 bucks. Just because I was looking for something cheap, but not something that was shit quality. And I know the words cheap and quality, they usually don't mix really well, but the Rosewill was like, I believe, 110 bucks. And then I seen this NZXT when it was 700 watt. It had twice the stuff for cables, twice the amperages on the 12-volt rails, which he's not gonna need, but it was like 89 bucks for that. And I was like, dude, NZXT, fuck yeah. So it pretty much made up my mind with that, so I don't have to worry about him not having enough power. This little dude right here, the H90, it's what's going to be used to cool this little AMD here, because I'm not going to use that pathetic excuse for a heatsink that's going to be included with this CPU box. I mean, it's going to be like a little thingy like this. No, it sucks. So the H90 is going to be slapped onto that bitch, so he ain't going to have to worry about cooling issues. This right here, the Gigabyte GT730, is the video card I went with. I didn't want something that was like borderline like GeForce FX 5200 style stuff, the really, really old shit, but I didn't want nothing that's like GTX 770 kind of power because I don't see him ever using that kind of stuff. The 730 is going to offer enough for him to be able to, for the programs that he uses, there's most likely going to be certain circumstances where the GPU is going to help accelerate certain shit if he needs it. Because he's going to do audio production on his PC mostly, but he may dab into video stuff. So, that GPU, it's not a monster if you're talking like extreme gaming. But for what he wants to do, that 2 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, that'll be a lot of help. Yeah, I know it's not GDDR5, but it's also not a high-end GPU by any means. So, and last but not least, the motherboard, the Gigabyte 970A or D3P. I haven't even opened up any of that or any of these boxes. So, yeah. I haven't even looked at any of the shit on Newegg since I ordered it and got the stuff here, and I was waiting for over a week for the power supply. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the later pictures now. So let's go ahead. Now this is the biggest reason why I chose this case, aside from the fact that it provides amazing airflow if you have it set up right. Because on the left side of the case, which is all this from here over, and from here over is for your power supply, your SSDs, your DVD, your CD drives, fan controllers, whatever you want to use. But down here in these two slots, that box just has zip ties and screws and shit for the case. But down here is where that 2 terabyte storage drive that I got for him is going to go. You can only have two, granted, as you can tell there's two slots. But then your SSDs go in the back right there. And on this side, you have everything essential minus the power supply and the SSDs and the DVD drives. Well, most people don't use them, but there's still some that prefer to. Sorry about the throat. But yeah, you get to put the motherboard, CPU, coolers, the RAM, video card, sound card if you have one, two platter-based hard drives down here if you use them. You could have a radiator right here if you wanted to. I have a radiator up here for mine. I have a radiator that's actually with a fan right here for one of my GPUs. So you can do a lot of shit with this case. Now the other side, as I mentioned, your SSDs go here. You can fit 4 of them. Down here's where your power supply goes. And these two little jiggies right here are the data and power cables for these SATA port things right here. So, well, you can't see that because it's behind the box, obviously, but it's the same thing. Just they decided to put the box right there. And I just was too lazy to move it. But yeah, then that's pretty much the whole thing. I don't exactly know what I would put here because I don't have nothing here on mine. But yeah. And this little thing right here, you can unscrew it. I know the picture quality isn't the greatest on the bottom, I apologize, but you can unscrew that, and as you can see that there's a little holes back here for if you have a really long power supply. You can grab that or unscrew that little holder lever, and you can pull it back if you need to kind of fit your power supply in there snugly. So there, see, FX 6300. Yep, 6 core, 3.5 gigahertz. It's yeah, I'm more than certain that this is going to help. This is going to be crazy because he's coming from, I believe it's a single core Pentium 4. And he has like 128 megabytes of RAM running Windows XP on, I believe, a very, very old 40 gigabyte platter based hard drive. So you kind of see where this is going to be just stupidly huge. I mean, going from maybe 10, 15 megabytes max read or write, just because that's how slow this stuff runs for him. He's going to be going from that to 120, 120 gig SSDs rated on a SATA 6 chipset or SATA 3 chipset, 6 gigabit. You know how fast that's going to be? Holy fuck. I mean, he's used to doing something and then going up doing other stuff around the house because of the fact that the computer takes so long to load. And I've told him, like, once this thing gets built, once I'm done with it, you're not going to have that extra time. You're going to click something and it's going to boink. That's good. I can't wait for him to experience that. But anyway, that took too long. The 2 terabyte hard drive, just a bit or basic Western Digital Black. These are just up close images showing you guys more up close if you guys want to see it. So yeah, this wasn't the cheapest one that I've seen, but the cheapest one I've seen I think is refurbished, and I don't trust refurbished stuff. So yeah, and can't really ever go wrong with these kind of drives. And if he ends up wanting one down or later on, we can just get these bitches and raid them. Ooh, even that would be pretty fast. Granted, it might be as fast as one SSD, like read or write, but like access times, nowhere near it, obviously. Then the Corsair H90 itself, my grandfather's actually using one of these to cool an i7 950 and an EVGA X58 motherboard, and it does pretty good. I don't like the noise that comes with some of these kits. I don't know if it's with all of them or if this is just a little quirk or whatever that some Corsair products have. But I'm using an H100i, I believe, to cool my CPU, and my cooler or like the pump unit sometimes acts as if it has little like air bubbles inside it. When you're doing like when you're stressing the CPU and shit, it's really fucking annoying. But I hope that he doesn't have that problem with this one, but I'll find out soon. Okay, and the beasts. Two, the Mushkin Chronos 120 gig SSDs, SATA 3. Oh yeah. RAID 0 them bitches. Because I could RAID 0 them and then have backup software on this computer set to back it up, bi-weekly or whatever to a certain thing. So that really wouldn't be too much trouble. As long as it stays off porn. If he ever sees this video, he's gonna kick my ass. Okay, and then here's the Mushkin Enhance. Yeah, it is the Blacklight RAM. Okay, yeah, two 8 GB sticks. I don't usually get it like that, but this was like 140 or 150 bucks for this. DDR3 RAM still expensive as fuck, man. I was trying to go for 32 gigabytes of RAM, but seeing the price of some of that stuff was like, no. We'll see how 16 does first. I'm pretty sure 16 will do pretty good for him though. And the up close to the video card. I can imagine some people are going to be anal about the fact that that's not GDDR5 RAM, but we're not talking about a dude who's in go play Battlefield 4, Crysis 3, or any of these big time games with settings cranked. But I'm pretty. This is like a godly upgrade compared to what he's using now. Is if I'm not mistaken, he's using onboard graphics on his motherboard. Yeah, that should pretty much answer how big of an upgrade that is for him. So moving on now. I'm sorry if you can hear the furnace, because it's on. So hope you can hear it. Okay, then the cheapie, but also the shiny one. The Asus DVD burner. Nothing really special about this, just your basic Vanilla Cooped, highest rated DVD burner, well, DVD burner, CD burner combo that's on Newegg, so yeah. And I might end up getting another one of these because he said that he likes to have two of them. I don't know if he'd need two of them, but hey, it's not me that'd be using the computer, so maybe he doesn't need another one. And if so, it's like $22 to have it shipped next day, I believe. Watch. Now that I said that, it's going to cost more just because of that. I'm going to have to punch Newegg in the fucking girl testicles. Okay, and then the motherboard. Still gets me, I haven't opened this thing up yet. Sorry. Oh, excuse me for one moment here. I can hear people now. Oh, yeah, you're trying to soothe your throat with some Monster? Yeah. But, yeah, this motherboard, um, it took me a bit to search for motherboards because the very first one that I built the system around in the Newegg cart the first time went out of stock like a day after I had the thing configured. It was like $1,010 with the way I had it configured the first time, and the board was like 150, but it was gigabyte board, and it went out of stock. So I was like, well, fuck. Now I gotta look to find one to make sure it has all the features that he's gonna need on it. So here we go. I'm still debating on if I want to like record myself putting a computer together because the parts are literally just right behind me. I just don't have the camera panned over to where you can see it. The parts are literally just the case and then everything's behind that. Yeah, then there was the reason why I hadn't made this video for a little bit, waiting for the sumbitch, then waiting for everybody to be quiet in the house that way I could actually do this. But 700 watts, granted, and admittedly, going to be more than he's going to need. A lot more than he's going to need. I'm pretty sure with what he's going to do, you could probably get by with a 450 watt. But I'm the kind of guy that I always think towards the future for certain stuff like this. Because there's always this possibility that he may get into something later on because of what this computer is going to show him. Just like, is this computer for him? It's going to show him, how far technology's come and just how much a computer can do now compared to like what he's got right now and sitting the one that's going to be built for him next to it. It's crazy. It's kind of like a testament to just how far stuff has come, how much you can do with stuff, how fast shit has gotten. This thing's gonna be like a fucking Lamborghini Gallardo going up next to an electric car. Well, yeah, okay, Lamborghini and a turtle next to it, and boom, it literally. Because the computer he's got now, I about pulled my fucking hair out when I put XP back on that bitch. It was slow. And I have absolutely no doubts with the parts back there that this thing's gonna go phew. I think that's the last part or picture that I had. Yeah. So This was longer than I wanted it to be, but yeah, I figured I'd talk about some stuff on a few of the pictures. So, the only bitch about me recording this through OBS, because it's easier for me to do these pictures, see them, and then talk to you about the pictures instead of having them in Premiere Pro and having the picture just stretch the fuck out, and then still knowing that I have a specific amount of time to say what I want to say, because then I screw up. Without having something, okay, just say this dialogue or whatever while you're looking at the picture. I don't have that. So, but with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if, excuse me, if I'm not too lazy, I'll record putting a PC together. Granted, it'll just be like unboxing this, taking this out, setting this aside, motherboards in the case, take a picture of that, RAMs in a motherboard, take a picture of that kind of stuff. So yeah, I wouldn't want to use, and this is not intentional product placement, but a Galaxy S3, yeah, the back camera on that, even with the camera won't record 1080p footage for me. It says it will, but even if like when I take pictures, it has stupid high resolution, like 3840 by something. I mean, it's ridiculously huge and pixelated, as you can see in this image. But if I try like recording a video, it'll record, but then it says 1280 by 720. I don't want that shit. It's like I want that 1080p stuff. Granted, it would only be at 30 frames per second, but still. Well, okay. Anyway, I've complained enough in this video, and I just wanted to go and show you guys exactly what parts are going to go into this beast. So I haven't decided if I'm going to do a video for the building process of it yet, but I might. Then you guys will see it. Okay. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope that you guys enjoy this because this is different from what I usually do. So, but yeah, aside from me being a very big gamer, I'm also CompTIA certified. So this is in my blood. It's what I do. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will talk to you guys later. And if you see me looking over here, it's because I'm also looking at the settings on OBS to make sure stuff's right. Peace, guys.